Everyone needs and deserves a helping hand once in a while. It can come in all shapes, sizes, even layers. Gabriela Becerra is with a volunteer chef in Greenfield who's dishing out Lasagna Love to make a difference in the community.
Layer.
So I'll just drop that in here, spread it around a little bit.
By layer.
I really like the way that those flavors mix together.
Like repetition.
This is lasagna number 82.
Using just 4 ingredients: sauce, meat, noodles, and cheese.
I also have this layer of Parmesan cheese that I like to sprinkle in. Gives a nice little extra flavor.
Andrea Huberty cooks up a pan full of love.
My last step is kind of my signature topping for the lasagna. I just take some parsley and I draw a heart in the middle of it so that the family knows that this is something that I made for them with love from my heart.
Huberty is the Milwaukee County local leader of Lasagna Love.
One of our missions is to reduce the stigma in asking for help.
A global organization where neighbors help feed neighbors.
This one is going to go to a single mom. I talked with her yesterday. Her husband actually was killed in combat in Afghanistan. So it's just her and her son, and I think this will be a really nice relief for her to have one night, or maybe even 2 nights, that she doesn't need to cook dinner for her and her son.
It all started with just one mom cooking dinner for another mom at the beginning of the pandemic in 2020.
Word spread about doing a kind thing for your neighbor. So more and more people wanted to get involved.
Now, 2 years later, they prove you can't have too many cooks in the kitchen. More than 30,000 volunteers have delivered more than 200,000 lasagnas, feeding more than 850,000 people throughout all 50 states and in 3 different countries.
It's a lot of bellies that we filled.
There's no restrictions.
Whatever your need is, if it's a financial need where you really need a helping hand getting a really healthy, delicious dinner on the table for your family.
Or even when life is just a little overwhelming.
Work's really busy, family commitments, health struggles.
Everyone qualifies for a lasagna. You can connect with a chef like Huberty by simply filling out a form online.
This week I happen to be making 2 lasagnas for 2 local families.
Despite the pandemic slowing down, Huberty says there's still a lot of need in the community as new challenges like inflation set in.
It's gone up a little bit, so I think that's all the more reason for our grassroots movement to continue, is because of the cost of living and cost of food increasing.
She says it now costs about $20 to make a lasagna, funded completely by the chef or sometimes some helpful supporters.
Some of my friends will just give me a gift card to Costco or to, a local grocery store every once in a while to help defray my costs.
As Huberty bakes lasagnas number 83, 84, and so on,
I never get tired of making lasagna.
It's safe to say she has the recipe down pat.
Mine has kind of evolved over the time. I might do a little bit of taste testing along the way to make sure that it's delicious.
But as she goes layer by layer,
this one looks delicious.
Huberty will never grow adept to the relief a simple meal can bring for someone else.
The feeling is still the same from when I started to this one that I made here today. It's really just about helping people and showing people in the community that there's somebody out there that just wants to do something nice for a stranger.